Life is Strange True Colors is the newest installment of the series, being out for a solid month now. And over the last few weeks, I've gone back and played it to its full potential, a grand total of 7 times. So yeah, you can tell I've done my homework for this one. Ha! Gay! Reminding me of the way I invested myself in the first Life is Strange back when it was released in January of 2015. Every game in this series is good in their own way, and I've enjoyed every story so far. But this new installment takes it a step further by improving on the issues the previous games had. From the compelling story and the mystery behind it with good pacing that keeps the player hooked through all 5 chapters, consistent writing for both main and side characters, a really awesome supernatural ability, and impressive dialogue choices which in its own can change the way you play. That is because big and even the smallest bit of dialogue can have an impact in the way your story is shaped, giving it a strong replay value due to the depth and complexity which in turn impacts the game in very meaningful ways. Which is why today I am bringing you my review on the brand new Life is Strange True Colors. Even if you haven't played any of the previous titles, this new installment is a really good way to get into the series. Which reminds me, spoiler warning ahead, if you haven't played the game or you really want to play it, I will be touching upon some in-game content as well as talking about the first 2 Life is Strange games, so watch at your own risk. You've been warned. I will also be doing a review on the new DLC that just dropped for True Colors, Wavelengths. As of recording this video, it is September 30th and the DLC dropped a few minutes ago. I'm already going to work on a DLC review, guys, so stay tuned in the next couple days. You may be asking yourselves, why don't you just do both in one? You save time and energy.
He's out of line. But he's right.
Well, I'm doing it this way because I feel like the DLC deserves its own review since it's a prequel to True Colors. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell notification to stay up to date when that video drops. As well as dropping a like, which in turn helps the channel put out content like this. With all that aside, here is my review on the brand new Life is Strange True Colors.
Hell yeah, let's rock and roll. I don't know why I said that.
Me neither. But I love the enthusiasm.
Life is Strange True Colors is situated in the fictional mining town of Haven Springs, Colorado. You play as Alex Chen, a young woman with a troubled childhood who comes to live with her brother Gabe in Haven Springs. After a mysterious accident happens, Alex must use her supernatural empathic abilities to uncover the town's secrets to find the truth about this accident. On the official Life is Strange YouTube channel, Rebecca Bassell, one of Deck 9's producers, showed us around Idaho Springs, Colorado, one of the many inspirations behind Haven Springs, the small mining town you'll inhabit in Life is Strange True Colors. From the impressive scenery and the overall compelling and effective setting, which was inspired by many aspects of Colorado. In my opinion, this has to be one of the best and most impressive settings in any Life is Strange game to date. If you guys want to see the video that goes into more detail on the inspiration behind Haven Springs, I will link it down below. I suggest you go check it out, show them some love, they truly deserve it. Haven is a small town, and in small town fashion, everyone knows their neighbors and their community. And it comes out loud and clear that the residents genuinely care for one another. This is shown in the game through Alex's phone, which gives us insight and details on her relationships with the various characters and the community as well. This is also affected by the in-game choices you make, since the content can vary depending on how you play and shape the story. I also wanted to showcase these amazing parts in the game real quick. Just look at it, man. Breathtaking. This is another thing I like about these games, that in certain points of each chapter you could just sit down, listen to whatever track they play, and just admire the work they've done. Really good. I could legit sit here for hours and reflect on other things. I don't know if it's just me, but it takes away my stress sometimes. This game has it all, man, from the story, action, to the mystery, and even to the Easter eggs to previous games. References are always appreciated and give us fans some nostalgia to the other games. This can be seen through various points in the game, such as the clothing Alex wears. For example, this t-shirt could reference the 2 wolves, which are the 2 brothers from the second Life is Strange, We got the pink shirt, which is a reference to Rachel from Before the Storm. Even to the hot doggy, man. Oh my god, that is a really good reference. I literally flipped the hell out when I saw that. A possible Chloe Easter egg with the ashtray? Maybe.
Well, no fucking shit.
Arcade machines. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This game has arcade machines. You can play them through the main menu or through the game, and you can actually beat a lot of the character scores. Me personally, I kind of focus more on the story and not on the mini games, but I'm going to be going back to the arcade mode on the game and trying to see if I can get to my scores and probably share them with you guys. But overall, it's a really good inclusion and a really big time killer. I spent a good hour playing the same game because I was trying to get the pattern right, but yeah, it's overall a really good inclusion to the game. Even to the gameplay, man, just wow, what a huge step up they've done. This can be seen in Chapter 3, where the whole town participated on a LARP event, and it featured light RPG elements. I never thought I would see anything done like this in a Life is Strange game, but here we are. This alone makes the game worthwhile, and it's a really good selling point that it has become my favorite section to play in the game. Like Max in the first Life is Strange, Alex has her own unique ability, giving her the ability to sense the emotions of others. One of the best abilities we've seen so far. I know it's not as cool as rewinding back time like Max does, but this ability alone has earned its spots in the ranks for sure. Damn! The stronger the emotion, the more real it feels. Depending on the situation, Alex feels what others feel and can see the world around them from their perspective. In the first chapter, for example, when Max shows up to confront Gabe, the anger was so strong it affected Alex to the point where she started to act like Mac for a bit. From the faces, the movements and expressions that Alex portrays, showing how strong the emotions are for her. This alone made it more believable that it deeply affects her and scars her basically to the point where she feels bad or good depending on the situation. But like I said, Alex's power has earned its spot in the series. This is because it makes us connect with main and side characters in a deeper level. Each character is well written, and Deck 9 really went all out to give each character the shining moment. Compared to previous titles, side characters didn't really get a lot of attention as like they did in this game. There are points throughout the game where Alex uses her ability in order to help them out. For example, in Chapter 4 during the Spring Festival, we can see Alex helping out Ducky, one of the many side characters, with his sadness due to the loss of his wife. From this, she goes around the area scanning memories belonging to Ducky, and you can choose in what way to help him out. In my case, I chose to help him out by playing his favorite song that he enjoyed with his wife, letting him know that he is not alone in the world, and there will always be those who love him and care for him. From these interactions with the characters, she writes it down in her journal, which can also be explored by the player. This gives us more insight on what she truly feels and how she feels about the person, depending on the emotion. You can also see various lyrics for songs that she writes, as well as, like I said, going into full detail on what she felt on the person. It is different for every character, but I recommend you try all the options out. It really changes the game completely, and like I said, how you play. Another thing the game did so well was giving us the option on who to romance in the story. Either Steph or Ryan, some of the main characters. In the previous games, you were never given any choice in general on who you want your character to be with. It was just forced upon you. Like they just said, here you got Chloe in Life is Strange 1, enjoy. Or here is Rachel in Before the Storm, have fun. The second game kind of had more freedom with this since there were two characters you could choose to be with, but it still feels kind of forced and incomplete in my opinion. They gave the player instances where you can choose to romance a certain character, but not as many choices were giving out. It was a good addition at the time, don't get me wrong, but in True Colors they expanded from the second game, giving us more choices and options on who to be with. Throughout the chapters, there will be instances where you can interact with both Steph and Ryan and build up that romance option with them. By the end, it really affects your choices on who you want Alex to be with because they really dive into their characters and makes us more attached to them. I would like to see more of this done in the future installments since it gives us more control over how we play and also how the story is shaped. I highly recommend if you play it, you romance both characters, really good stories, so there you go. The story in its own is worth it and the best so far. Each chapter does an amazing job at exploring both the characters and Haven's story. For example, the Black Lantern alone showcases plaques and other things about Jet's story and how he became the hero of the town. Even to exploring the town and all the glory, everything they've done, to the shops and all the details in them, and even to an old mining site. This zombie alone is really cool. My man's just chilling, enjoying life, you know? What could go wrong? Throughout 5 chapters, you can go and explore the town, feel the emotions of others, which gives you insight on the main plot of the story. Some of them do, not all of them, obviously.
Oh, really?
Another thing to talk about is the soundtrack. Oh boy, what a soundtrack for real. It has become my second favorite in the series. The songs used on the cinematic shots go really well with this game, and it gives you goosebumps every time. I don't know if it's just me, but there you go.
What the fuck?
Having tracks like Were You Called by Cyrus Reynolds, Haven by Nova Armour, Take Me Home and For Remembering by Angus and Julia Stone, Home by Gabrielle Aplin, and Creep by MXM Tune, and more.
A few moments later.
If any of the artists that did these songs watch this for some reason, I really hope I spelled your names right and I said them right. I really hope I did. My favorites being Take Me Home, Home, and Creep. Those alone I really connect with, and I am glad that they are a part of True Colors. And it is why I am proud to say that Life is Strange True Colors has become my favorite game in the series, and the best in my opinion. Now hold up, I already see the comments. The first one was better. You're just saying it because others are saying it. It's not even that good. The first one's way better. ING is wrong and so are you. You suck. First.
You serious?
Let me explain. As a fan who has played all the games since the release of the first Life is Strange back in 2015, has beaten each of the games, gotten all the endings, and playing them to the fullest of potential, I always look forward to what each new story brings to the table. I look for the good in games. The story of the first Life is Strange, for example, the amazing soundtrack that Before the Storm has, or the improvements in the storytelling and mechanics the second Life is Strange had. Life is Strange True Colors took all that was bad from the previous 3 games and really took the time to dive into a well-structured story as well as connecting with all characters in a deeper level. In addition to the RPG gameplay alone, which, like I said before, it's a good selling point in my opinion, it made the 3rd chapter more fun in general as well as keeping the features that makes the game better. From giving us arguably the best setting and location in any Life is Strange game to date, to even the soundtrack which goes super well with the story and gameplay. Overall, huge props to Deck 9 for doing this incredible job. After picking up from where Dodnut left the series, they really stepped up to bring us the best in the series to date. If for some chance anyone that works at Deck 9 watches my video, thank you for bringing us a game full of emotion, mystery, and action, as well as making Alex a character which I'm pretty sure we're all going to remember for the future generations. Keep it up, guys. I'm looking forward to what other stories you got coming, and your fan thanks you. Thank you guys so much for watching. The Wavelengths DLC review will be out in the next few days or so stay tuned. As of the remastered collections, sadly I was misinformed. They come out until February of next year, so we're gonna have to wait on those. Big sad. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, comment, as well as turning on that bell to stay up to date with all my content. I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below, as well as what you think of the game. Like I said in the beginning, if you haven't played the game, I suggest you check it out. Deck 9 does really good games. I've been a fan for years, and this just shows how good their storytelling and gameplay mechanics are. That was it for me, guys, and as always, stay sour, my pigeons. Peace out.